When you finish this video, you will build a new relationship with anxiety, right? And you will understand why anxiety is not really a condition. You will think again when you take your pills, right? And after this video, my goal is to allow you to breathe into anxiety and start creating a sustainable life at which simply living is the cure for your anxiety. Okay? First of all, we need to understand what is the origin of anxiety. Now, I am going to dive very deep, so I'll hope you bear with me, but if you're truly serious about getting better and expanding yourself, then every word that I will tell you right now, it's super important, and the depth at which we will go to is designed. We need to understand it deeply, because anxiety is not that scary as you think. Okay, so the game that we are now playing in, right, life that we are right now operate in, is not designed for the physical mind that we hold. Okay, so we wired for survival, and for thousands of years and tens of thousands of years, we have survived. We have to fight in order to stay alive. We have to scrape for food. We have to escape the weather, right, and find the right conditions and go from here to there, from there to here, only to survive, only to exist, right? But if you think about it, in the last, let's say, 200 years, the Industrial Revolution, right, changed the game completely. We are no longer bound to our location. We are no longer bound to food. We are no longer bound to nothing. Really nothing. Reality in its core, it's abundant, and the only thing that we are bound to is concepts that we invent, right? Like money, like education. Like we invented, it's non-survival. It's not organic. It's human made, right? And because the mind is so not updated, right? It's out of date, right? It's not aligned with the reality of with the life that we are living right now. Then the mind has to find a way to operate, right? And keep doing what he's supposed to do, which is find danger, right? And find alerts, and focus on possible danger and focus on possible solution for the danger, right? And this is the origin of anxiety. Anxiety is not of course there is the medical side of thing where your mind releases different hormones that if I recall correctly prevent connection in certain areas in the brain. But epigenetics proves that you can change the hormones that you release in the body as you use focus awareness and you activate different part of your DNA, right? And your emotions create release cocktail of hormones in your body, and you can alter your emotion, right? In general, of course. And so the idea that anxiety is that physical problem is already at its basis false, because there are clearly large body of works that proves otherwise. So, and yet still anxiety keeps getting worse and worse every year, right? And so there must be a different reason, and that's the reason that we have just described, the fact that our brain by its system, it's not wired for abundance, it's wired for survival, and that is why anxiety happened from the first place. You focus your mind on an idea that might represent danger, because this is how your mind operates. This is how the brain works. There is nothing wrong with you. You as an individual, you are completely fine. The brain, the physical brain, the mind, is not entrained to abundance of to the abundance of today's life. And because we are not nobody teaches us how to live abundantly. And honestly, all the social structures that we have built is around survival, right? That majority of population is not really equipped with ways to retrain their mind. Now, it's not that difficult to retrain their mind. It's annoying because it takes time, and you need to be like persistent and do it over again and over again and slowly build up. But it's not complex. It's very simple. And and I will tell you how you do it in a second. I just want to keep dialing into like anxiety and like how does it truly works in your body, like in an intuitive, understandable way. So your mind focus on an idea, focus on an idea that may indicate danger, while in reality there is no danger. When you walk to, let's say that you right now walked into a club, right? A club, a party, and you see like 25 people stare at you and start like scanning your body and like starts judging you. And you know that they are looking at you, and judging doesn't necessarily mean something bad. They just think about you and create an image of you and like create an idea of you. At that particular moment, the ones who feel anxiety will freeze like they go crazy, like, oh shit, alert, alert, alert. Someone will throw a spear at my heart and steal my spouse, right? But in reality, this is your mind, right? Focus on the external environment in search for threat. Now here's the game. And this is how you start living with anxiety, and by living, you cure anxiety. The idea is that every time you start scanning for alerts, you take the focus awareness that right now is focused on something that is external to you, and you refocus it into something that is internal, right? So you don't think about, oh, they are all looking at me. You think about, what a great day I had yesterday. You don't think about them, right? You don't think about the outside world. You can think about like your friend that comes with you, and focus your active awareness on your friend. The more you will be able to close, to narrow down your focus, like your focus points, right? Like whenever you'll be able to put your active awareness on objects that are closer to you physically, right? And that they are in your control, then you will start create like this cushion of awareness, right? Like imagine a cushion of awareness. Like whatever is far from you is non-relevant, right? Non-relevant. Whatever is inside your cushion of awareness, it's relevant. And then from that place, you can start expand your focus wider and wider. And why, by you living your life, you will cure your anxiety slowly while using this method, because the more you'll go outside, the more you'll speak to people, right? The more you expand your awareness, the more like stamps you will get from reality, from external reality, that there is no danger. Nothing is dangerous. And the more stamps that you will get that there is no danger, the calmer and your heart will feel. And then you won't have that short breath and like you cannot focus and then just feel helpless. Because not only that your mind won't indicate to your heart that something is wrong, your heart also won't be inclined to believe that something is wrong, right? And this is alignment. This is mastery of self. This is understanding reality, understanding the game, like historical and like physical, and understand like how to maneuver in this world. Because in reality, anxiety was medical anxiety. And I'm not talking about extreme cases. I'm talking about the very beginning of anxiety, not 15 years of living in fear and anxiety. This is where you need to go and see a doctor and like work with pills and medication, I get it. I'm talking about like the majority of population who just feel feel that anxiety, but they can still operate, and they slowly, as time passes by, they closes into themselves, like to their like room, right, to their house, to their environment, and they are afraid to go out. This is like, this is why anxiety really happens. It happens because we are wired to it. It happens because nobody teaches us how to relate to reality in a new prism, and it happens because we simply are not trained. And I'm saying we because I also had a long period of my life where anxiety were like at a peak, right? And when I was like a young kid, I used to be overweight. I weighed 130 kilograms, and for me to deal with the looks, and I'm from the Middle East, and I always was connected to like the worldwide culture, right? So I soak some African American attributes, like I love rap music and I dressed a certain way as a child, but I also like my culture, like Yemeni Jewish culture from Israel. So I talk a certain way, and I had this sense of humor, but I also really enjoy like intellectual like thinking. So I spoke a certain way, and the more weird, like the less in a cube I was, like the less understandable and relatable I was, the more people stare at me like I'm a fucking alien. And because I am an alien in my environment, which I like, I don't care. But so for me, it was very difficult to get the courage to start working out and like lose weight, and to get the courage of like walking around like in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And the more I understand that I need to refocus on me and then expand out instead of focus out and then take in, then I was able to slowly speak to this individual. For example, if you have anxiety of speaking to the opposite sex, right? Instead of going to the most beautiful girl or man that you can see and like start expressing yourself, the idea is that you need to practice like expressing yourself in general. So once again, you have an anxiety on something that is very far from you, right? That is very far from you. Talking to the opposite sex, like whom you attracted to, and then you close the gap closer. Just talking to some random individual, regardless of his, let's say in the opposite sex, and let's say you want to close it even farther, then talk to someone from your sex, right? And let's say that you very afraid to even go out the house, then instead of going out to get groceries, which scares you, you go out to your like sidewalks, like next to your house. Now, sorry, let me drink my coffee. Now, this is like the natural way of curing anxiety, because the more approval you get from reality, epigenetics kicks in, and like the hormone cocktails that release in your body changes, and then like as time passes by, you will get cured. Like anxiety won't be a thing, and the more you experience with your heart open and like you feel it, like in your heart, you feel that anxiety, you push until the safe limit where you can handle it, and you stay there, and then you expand your horizon. It's like you will 100% be able to win your anxiety. Now, of course, be safe. When you operate in this world and you know that you have like this type of problem that it can consume you, always be kind and be gentle and be soft to yourself. And if you need like get a partner or like a buddy or something, a friend, to start walking with you that path. But the idea is that you have anxiety and that is why you cannot do things. It's false, because anxiety doesn't really exist. Like it's a title, it's a medical title that like was created so they can sell pill to us. In relationship, anxiety is like excitement that you don't know how to deal with, right? It's like a lot of energy, and now this is on a metaphysical level. It's a whole bunch of energy that you cannot express. because you feel that something bad will happen to you if you express it. And usually that type of block is from childhood, when you believed that you want to express yourself but you couldn't because it's not appropriate. So you tensify, like you cannot release it, and that means that nothing that you are doing is appropriate, and all that energy that is inside of you wants to go out but it cannot go out. And then what happens? The mind sees everything as danger, and you hold that energy in your heart that you cannot express because the mind is blocking it, because he created the story of danger, and your mind is so wired to survival, so it's amplify that story, and then a clash of energy happens, and then the body deteriorated, and like you get into an episode, and like things go bad. So once again, explain and decode it. Anxiety. The false identification with a symbol of the mind, and the inability to change the natural flow of energy from inside out to... I really hope this video helped you and open your perceptions to the fact that anxiety is natural. Just live with it and like expand it. If you manage to stick with me until this particular... If you manage to stick with me until the end, that means that you are truly serious about win your anxiety and enjoy life. And to stay here so long means that you are ready to change your life, right? And win your anxiety. And if you desire, I love if you stick till the end. I love to work with you. You can click the link in the bio for like my offer. And regardless, please subscribe to this channel and get information about how to master self-reality and the relationship between the two, and how to create alignment and peace in your life. I love you. Thank you very much. Have a good one.